how do you know if you're a little bit paranoid? Like, I don't even know what the signs of that are.
Right. Well, it depends on, okay, so let me frame it this way. It's kind of a signal detection problem. Enough conspiracy theories are true that it pays to be a little bit paranoid, but does the signal and the noise stand out enough? Right. So let's just think of it as like a 2x2 grid. So up in this corner, you have real conspiracy theories, conspiracy theories that turn out to be true, and you signal, I think it's true. That's a hit. Over here, you have conspiracy theories that are true conspiracies, and you fail to recognize them. So that's a type 2 error, a false negative. You fail to recognize the real conspiracy. Down here, we have false conspiracy theories, and you say that they're true. That's a miss. That's a false positive, a type 1 error. So my argument is that it pays to make more type 1 errors than type 2 errors. That is, think of a conspiracy theory as real when it's not, is a better mistake to make than missing a real conspiracy theory, because that might harm you. And my evolutionary argument is that in small bands and tribes of people in which we evolved, there were a lot of coalitional shenanigans going on, of people plotting against other people within a group, groups plotting against other groups. We know this from anthropological studies of indigenous peoples, that a lot of this kind of stuff does go on. It pays to be a little paranoid, just in case. And so in general, my argument is that we tend toward erring on the side of assuming conspiracy theories are true just in case. So it's not that some people are paranoid irrationally. That is, it pays to be a little rationally paranoid. And so then the question becomes, well, but does that mean all conspiracy theories are true? No, of course not. A lot of them are just completely crazy, bogus ideas that are not true. So how do you know, right? So then you have to get into some of the criteria of our signal detection problem. How many people have to be involved in the conspiracy? How many elements have to come together just right? How grand is the conspiracy theory? And those are the kinds of things I address in the book about, how do you know if you're right or not?
I feel like the people who are really conspiracy theorists are serial conspiracy theorists. It's not just like, I really believe that that the virus started in the Wuhan lab, which, by the way, is not a conspiracy theory. It's probably true. That's legit. But if you're a conspiracy theorist, you probably said that before we had maybe you said that before we had any evidence of it, and you turned out to be right. But I feel like that person, maybe you look at their life and they were a 9/11 truther, and they were a Barack Obama birther, and they had a lot of these along the chain. So you've probably got a lot of family members who are like, oh, here she goes again, right? Like, exactly. I know some of those people.
Right. So surveys show that people that tick the box for one conspiracy theory are more likely to tick the box for a bunch of them. Or vice versa. So somebody, and even crazier, my favorite paper that I wrote about in the book was called Alive and Dead. People that tick the box that Princess Diana was murdered are also more likely to tick the box that she faked her death and is still alive somewhere with Jodie Fayed.
Elvis too. And JFK Jr.
That's right. They're all living in Argentina, right? Marilyn Monroe.
Let's go.
And so on.
Let's go there. I know. Well, part of it is wishful thinking. I mean, that stuff is like part of it's wishful thinking.
There's some of that. There's also what's called the proportionality bias. That is, we expect effects that we observe to be matched with an equal size cause. So just sort of our folk physics. If I take a little pebble and throw it, I don't have to put much effort into it. But if I take a big rock, I have to really heave it. And if I have a boulder, I've got to use all my might to throw it, right? So there's kind of a equality of cause and effect. And so, for example, if you ask subjects to roll some dice, now try to roll a small number, and they'll kind of gently just drip the dice. But if you say, try to roll a large number, they'll take the dice and really heave it as if somehow that has some magical effect. Of course, it doesn't, but that's kind of the folk psychology of it. So in conspiracy theories, someone like JFK being shot and taken down by who? Some lone nut, Lee Harvey Oswald? That just doesn't match, right? So you got to add the FBI and the CIA and the KGB and the Russians and the mafia and Castro. And so there's kind of a match between cause and effect. Or Princess Diana, cause of death. drunk driving, speeding, no seatbelt. Tens of thousands of Americans die of that every year on American highways. But princesses are not supposed to die like that, right? So it had to be the royal family and MI6 and who knows who's involved in that. And so if you take something like the Holocaust, one of the worst things that's ever happened, the cause of that was the Nazi regime, one of the worst political regimes in human history. There's a match. When there's not a match, then we feel we have to add elements to it.
Are you tired of feeling like someone's always watching you on the internet? Maybe advertisers know just a little bit too much about you, or you're concerned about the privacy of your identity? Using incognito mode will not solve the problem either. IPVanish VPN is here to protect your right to privacy and to help you stay anonymous online. IPVanish helps you safely browse the internet without exposing your private details to third parties like hackers, your ISP, or advertisers. When you use IPVanish, all of your data is encrypted. That means your private details, your passwords, your communications, your browsing history, and much, much more will be completely shielded from falling into the wrong, weird, prying hands. Even your physical location will be hidden. IPVanish is offering an amazing 70% off their yearly plan for our listeners with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's like getting 9 months for free. IPVanish is super easy to use. All you have to do is tap one button. You're instantly protected. Take your privacy back today with a brand rated 4.6 out of 5 on Trustpilot. Go to IPVanish. That's IPVanish.com/Megyn and use that promo code Megyn to claim your 70% savings. IPVanish.com/MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.